like Granny Smith apples, Abby?
I do. My favorite kind of apple.
Mine too.
They're the best. They're so tart. They're so crispy. I don't want one of those nasty ass mushy yellow ones. You know what I mean? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Honestly, I feel like it's strawberries for me. Strawberries for me.
Oh, yeah.
Raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Honestly, I feel like it's strawberries for me. Strawberries for me.
Oh, yeah.
Raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Honestly, I feel like it's strawberries for me. Strawberries for me.
She's back, laughing face.
Raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Honestly, I feel like it's strawberries for me. Strawberries for me.
Oh, yeah.
Strawberries. I feel like a whole other kind of berry.
They're very versatile as well.
Yes. Strawberries. I feel like a whole other kind of berry.
Yes.
Yeah. Raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. Honestly, I feel like
What's up,
it's
gamers?
strawberries
I'm
for
back.
me.
Thank you to Mark Rojas
Strawberries for me.
for the
Oh,
2
yeah.
months. I appreciate it.
Raspberries, blueberries,
back.
blackberries, and strawberries. Honestly,
Anyway,
I feel like it's
I'm gonna get some
strawberries
water.
for me.
We're gonna get started.
Strawberries for me.
See you all very shortly. Excited to be back. See you soon.
Happy you're back. YBBAAA, yeah. $333,333,333. Welcome back. Hype happening. Choo choo.
Oh my gosh, we got a hype train. A chugga chugga choo choo. Also, look at that animation. It's so good. Vegeta, Devin, my mod, did that. Hello, everyone. Let me go through and thank you all. I want to thank Really Subsumed. I want to thank Mr. Tambo. I want to thank Jordan Maria.
Choo choo.
I think I've always been saying May. Wait. Do I always? I feel like I just say Jordan. Anyway, doesn't matter. Vegeta, Faith, thank you all. Vegeta, thank you for choo-chooing. Choo-choo all aboard. All aboard the choo-choo train. Hype happening. Oh, Jordan also cheered as well. Anyway, long time no see, everyone. I've missed you. Did you miss me? I think I'm gonna play some Mario Kart. We're gonna take it easy on the stream back because I'll tell you here in a second. Let's see. And seamless transition with the little train. Following it along, which is harder to do than you might think. It's backwards for me. Anyway, hello! I'm here. I'm alive. How are we doing? Those who don't know, I had surgery about not quite 3 weeks ago, 2.5. Wednesday will be 3 weeks, which I know because I have to keep track of time for stuff. Well, when they said I'll be pretty tired for 2 to 3 weeks, and that is proved to be pretty true. And it's like 6 weeks before I can lift anything. Having some water, and then, well, a while before I can take a bath. I think at this point probably another 3 weeks. Anyway, I can take you on the whole journey. I'm back home. I wasn't recovering at home. So I'm back home, sort of semi. Tater Tot's not back yet. Should be coming back tonight. It's gonna be a slow process feeling how. I'm feeling good. Feel good. I know. I didn't tell y'all what was going on because I don't like opinion. And I was like, maybe I won't tell, but now I'm like, sure, I'll say. I donated a kidney. This is what happened. So I'm very healthy, which is the good news. And I don't feel like I only have one kidney, despite the fact that I only have one kidney now. But I donated a kidney, and I was an altruistic or non-directed donor, which means that I did not have a recipient in mind when I went to donate, which is really useful for them because they can do like a chain donation, which means like, let's say somebody comes in, I've done this spiel a lot for people, but somebody comes in and like, oh, I want to donate to my brother, but like you don't have the same, well, that would be unusual if you're siblings, but whatever. Let's say you don't have the same blood type, or like your kidney's too small or something. Oh, Fazu, thank you for subscribing. We still have a hype train going in the middle of all of this. Anyway, then they would be like, okay, well, you can't donate to your brother, but this person wants to donate to their wife, and they can't do it because they also don't have compatible blood types. So like, this person wants to donate to their wife, will still donate, but they'll donate and your brother will get it, and then you'll donate to the next person, so on and so forth. But they often need one person who doesn't have a recipient in mind to either plug in the holes in the middle or be at the first or the end of a donation chain. But this is all to say, when you lose a kidney, it really takes it out of you. You get tired because the other kidney's got to do double work and it's got to like grow a little bit bigger. And otherwise I feel fine, but it's like someone stole your kidney. I mean, kind of. But that's all to say, I'm feeling good. I don't feel like I only have one kidney. I also got it done at UCLA, and they treated me so well. I highly recommend if you donate a kidney, do it at UCLA. They were amazing. I really loved all of them. The worst thing that happened, I had a slight complication, which is I had like a blood clot, but I think like a chill blood clot, where it turned into a hematoma, which is basically like you're bleeding under the skin. Hematoma often is just like, it's a bruise, but for me it was a bruise and a huge lump. So I couldn't wear pants for a while, which was uncomfortable. But last week they drained my hematoma. Disgusting, and it was quite gross. But oh my god, look, I can wear pants again. I'm wearing pants. These are actually the shorts, the one pair of shorts. You can't really tell. I could wear because they're like a stretchy waistband, but it was just like a big lump. Yeah, want to see one of my incisions? Here it is. Laparoscopic. So I have 3 of those. Anyway, worth it though. If you want to do it, National Kidney Registration. That's how you sign up. And I also think being unemployed was actually very helpful during this whole ordeal. They almost didn't let me because I was unemployed. They wanted to be financially neutral. It didn't cost me nothing, and it didn't. Like, nothing on my insurance. They never took my insurance. I didn't have to worry about a single thing, even with the complications after. That was great. But anyway, I also got... Ooh!
Hope you're feeling well.
Thank you, Triforce Vigor. We do still have a Grace Train going. But they also gave me a bunch of UCLA branded merch. They gave me this gift basket. They were like, we want to thank you for your donation. So we're going to give you a gift basket that has this UCLA branded merch and a couple of keychain stuff like this that say, I make a difference, which I genuinely love. But also they were like, and you have to pick it up because it has your medication in it. So I did not have a choice. It also had a bunch of snacks. Anyway, I'm hot. But my friend Vlad donated a kidney in the same kind of way, an altruistic donor. And I decided, me too, why not? It was really interesting. I learned a lot about my body. I'm very healthy, which I feel very fortunate about. And I just can't really take ibuprofen. Otherwise, my life will be basically no different after. So it's pretty cool. cool. Anyway, we have a Grace train in the middle. Oh my gosh, more hype train. Wow. Thank you.
Donating more hype.
You guys are very generous and I appreciate it. I'm happy to be back streaming, I will say. Happy to be back in the routine. Happy to be back streaming. Thank you. I honestly don't really feel like I did much. I feel like I just showed up. I feel like this will be a thing where it was like an interesting year, few weeks that were a little bit uncomfortable, and then I move on with my life and think about it occasionally. The best part, truly, not to be sappy here, was people really showed up for me. My friends really, it was very touching. Casey took care of me during it. My girlfriend was amazing. And that was the nicest part, is a lot of people really were asking how they could help me during recovery. And that was really lovely and very touching for me. So I got a gift out of it too. Anyway, also the nurses were so nice. I love nurses. I'm team nurses now. Not that I wasn't before, but, you know, it's good to be team nurses. I also was going to play Sims today, but the EA app, it's not working. And I don't understand why. How do you make the EA app work? So I went to open it and it was like, this app ain't on your device. Bravo, Jade, 1,000 bits. Oh my gosh, thank you. We still have this hype train going. We haven't had a hype train this long in a long time. So thank you very much. Anyway, as I was saying, I couldn't get the EA app to work. I'm trying to play Mario Kart. I'm trying to turn my Switch on. Might have to get up and do it. Oh, I bet this is dead. Let's see if I can plug her in. Oop, don't hook up to... Controller was just dead. Problem solved. Steam, go away. I'm not doing it. It keeps trying to... Steam, I want... Okay, I might have to... We're playing with Joy-Cons today. Hold on. I'll be right back, okay? Everybody have fun.
Keeping the hype and Grace going. Fantastique.
Wouldn't be a stream back if... Oh, Sauce Fate. Thank you for cheering. Jordan, thank you for cheering. Sauce Fate. Everyone still loves the music. Just letting you know. I feel like it's been a minute, so I'm just saying hi and let you know. People love the music. People miss the music. People love the music. Okay, let's pop over to the game. For those who don't know, there are new courses. And I haven't played them yet. And usually I play with friends for these. So this time I'm going to do like a solo of the new courses. I don't think I've played them. Maybe I have. I don't think so. Oh!
Softset. Your music is in my head every day.
Well said. Softset. Is that how you pronounce it? Anyway, it really is good to be back. I will say though, socializing is what takes it out of me the most. Okay, I guess I have played it considering I have a gold 3-star cup. But I think, is this the new one? Has it? Oh no, it hasn't updated. What the freaking heck? Okay, we gotta get out and we gotta update the game. Gotta freaking update the game. Yeah. Hopefully it won't ruin my stream, but it might. Oh, the bathtub, yes! Okay, so I'm gonna play it solo, and then maybe I'll open it up to everybody. People in Discord unfortunately couldn't hang. But I did ask them to. I am hot. Does anybody want a bunch of post-it notes? These were free because I gave away an organ. Anyway, I really love how much... I have like a tote bag. There's stuff. This keychain is also very nice quality. It makes me laugh so hard. I also don't have it with me because, again, I don't have it myself. I also can't lift anything over 10 pounds, which includes Tater Tot. So he's really been 4 on the floor for a while. Oh my gosh, I'm about to beat my last record. TJ McKimmy, thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate this, everyone. I also really appreciate everybody who stayed supporting me on Patreon and Twitch and wherever while I was gone. It's always nice to be able to go away and come back and be like, I'm okay. Espresso. Thank you for subscribing. It's like espresso, but espresso. Espruso. Oh my gosh. Hitman 518686 subscribing. This hype train is really chugging along. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Speaking of trains, Fagita, the cheer's coming. Here we go. There it is.
Level 5?
Level 5. We did it! Did we break? Well, we're on level 4 complete, which I think makes us level 5. Hello, Hungry! Oh, nice. Yes, that's why. BBY. A lot of people have learned how to spell my username, because I've spelt it so many times. I hope this is downloading. Oh, it is. Okay, good. We're getting there. Anyway, oh my gosh, Meow Until Forever, thank you for subscribing. Wow, this is genuinely overwhelming. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, Hitman, thank you for the gifts. I really appreciate it. I also find your username, Hitman, it feels like a threat. I feel like you're like, I'm watching you. Anyway, hype. I think, do we beat the record? Appreciate Jordan's about to cheer. It's coming. I don't remember what I was saying before this. That's fine.
About to beat a record?
Woo! About to be your last record. Keep up the support. Oh, there's like a whole like goalpost. Wow, that's fun. They really do a lot with the animations here on Twitch. They know how to make money. Which I respect and appreciate. Also, at the book club in the Discord, I haven't had much energy to get in there and talk about book club. But I did read the book. Well, I read half of it, and then someone told me about the rest of it. Longtime GB Abby follower. Oh, thank you, Hitman. First time catching stream. I appreciate it. Anyway, the book was This Is How You Lose the Time War. And I will pop in and chat about it. I don't know if people have been. I've had a lot going on. I honestly expected to have more energy for like focusing on stuff, but I really didn't have energy for that for a little while. First week, I was just sitting there watching old movies, basically, and lying down. I also, because of the hematoma thing, I like lost blood, so I had to like get that blood back. Anyway, yeah, install. Yeah, wait, no. Install, close. Anyway, so that's all to say. Haven't had the energy for it, but decided to get in there. I want to know what people thought of This Is How You Lose the Time War. That was one I did not enjoy. A lot of people really, it's been on the top of some lists, and we read the about the authors in our book club, and I think one of the authors was maybe someone who worked in the New York Times book section. You know, you put the pieces together on that one. You put the pieces together, that's all I'll say. We are going to vote for the next book club book, and the books I'm putting in and hoping people vote for, and this is my book club outside of the Discord. Sorry, you guys do not get to choose. But I'm going to put in Stone to Butch Blues and Jamie Loftus's Hot Dog Book Raw Dog, which are both books. Well, I have both books, and Stone to Butch Blues I've been meaning to read for a long time and just haven't, and then the Hot Dog Book I've been excited to read and will read soon. But was reading other things. I did read the entirety of The Long Walk during my recovery because I really like that book, and it's easy to read. Sometimes, I don't know if y'all have this, but I have books that's like, I am out of the practice of reading. The book for August already, yes, it's milk fed. The book is milk fed. So, that's the book. And people in my book club, I guess, had read it pretty quickly, like after the other one, and they really liked it. So, I'm hopeful it'll be good. I haven't started it yet. Let's-a go, Daily Bean. Thank you for cheering.
Let's-a go.
Woo! What toppings do you put on your hot dog book? I like mayo and hot sauce on my hot dog book, personally. I know it's kind of a freaky choice for some people. What? No space. Oh my god. Okay, I don't think there's gonna be anything exposed, but we're gonna take. Okay, I gotta delete some games. Let's choose. I'm gonna delete. Damn. Really have any space?
Really trying to beat this record.
I'm gonna delete Nintendo 64 Switch Online. Really trying to beat this record. Well, thank you, Jordan. I know, I do feel like we're... Look at how long this train is. This is wild. Thank you, everyone. We have a 51 Grace train. If we don't beat the record, that's okay, too. But it is exciting to have a record to beat. I do appreciate us getting this close at all. It does really mean a lot. Anyway, we're back to downloading. I did delete what they suggested I delete, which was Nintendo Switch Online. I need to get a new little card. I guess I forget that I have a downloaded version of Tears of the Kingdom, which is really gonna eat up a lot of juice. Look at this hype train! Holy cow! I was not looking at the screen for a while. This is wild. And we have a Grace train on top. This is really, I gotta say, Vegeta, you did a lovely job. Look, this is sleek. This looks so good. Looks good with my border and everything. I didn't even give you the colors for it, man. My mods are really talented. I'm very grateful. I have a lot to be grateful for, everyone. I really do.
Mario Kart! Hey!
Thank you so much. Anyway, we're in it. New courses time. Grace trains a going. Woo! Okay. So far, my energy feels good. Oh, I was saying socializing. That was the thing that really takes. Ooh.
Finally, my week can go back to normal with Abby streams.
Yay!
YBBAAA, yeah.
Thank you, Jeffel Mongoose. I'm excited to be streaming this week. To be pretty normal. I won't be streaming on my channel on Thursday. Hope it's okay for me to say that. Ooh, I want to be this guy. I don't really like being heavy. I think this is like a medium level. We're gonna do this guy because I like that he's got extra arms, and I hope he gets mad sometimes when people hit him. Ooh, if he turns red and mad, I'm gonna be so happy. I really hope that's what happens. Okay, new courses. Confused. Maybe I was in 100cc before? I could have sworn I had gold with 3 stars on these just a moment ago. Did it not save? Oh, God. Okay, anyway, I gotta see this bathtub. So we're starting with this one. Level 5 Hype Train emote. Thank you all so much. Amazing Hype Train. Grace on your grace. Anyway, I really appreciate the Hype Train. It really does mean a lot. I'm excited to be back. Happy to be streaming again. Woo! It's Pompeii. Oh, this is cool. I mean, I guess it's Athens. But old Athens? Athens Antique. Okay, here we go. Our new characters. This is genuinely exciting for me. I love the flower guy. Whee! Boom. Get out of my way. Did I do a mirror course? That would be annoying. Maybe that's why. Where did it a mirror course? Wow. I never heard it say Sia before. Which is like kind of fine because I've never played these courses before, but it would be kind of a shame if I was done with the course. Let's look for text. Text is the indicator. Mirrored. Also, these question marks are backwards. So I think I did do mirrored. But that's fine. I bet they did do Pompeii. I wonder if they're gonna have the volcano go. It'd be kind of fucked up, but they also did do the Berlin Wall falling for the other one. Oh yeah, I did mirrored by mistake. Sorry. Okay, I'm into this one. I don't like the music so much, but it feels like music you would hear waiting in line for a roller coaster. You know what I mean? Good news, I am winning. My mic is quieter. They do have the Berlin Wall falling. You can play that course later and I can show you. They have a swamp that falls down. Okay, leave me alone. He does turn red. I love that he turns red. Anyway, there's a swamp falling down on the Berlin course. That's clearly part of the wall. It really is a wild addition. But, you know, why not, I guess. Okay. I guess better falling than, you know, having it being built. Right? Yeah, that part, exactly. Oops. Okay. I would love to go to Berlin. Berlin seems amazing. A lot of people tell me I would like Berlin. There is an account on Instagram I follow that is just DJs in Berlin standing in this small tiled room going like, as they like make music go, and it's genuinely enjoyable to watch. It's mesmerizing. So that's my impression of Berlin. Woo! First place. Ouch. I hit my watch with my glasses. It's the best place to visit in Germany. I've never been. Hungary. That's where you live, right? Am I getting this right? Anyway, I do not like Berlin, but maybe I need a better curation of stuff to see and do. I do feel like that is sometimes some trips. Like, I went to Lisbon, and I didn't love Lisbon, but I think if I went back to Portugal and I went to, like, Porto, I think I would have a much nicer time. Lisbon was so touristy, which I didn't realize going into it. You know? You live and you learn. I still had a nice time, but oh, I fucking love this course. Oh, I'm so excited. The cruise ship. I hate Daisy, but I do love this course. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I love this course. This course reminds me of... Okay, my controllers are not connecting. This course reminds me of that course from... Not course, but level that I loved from... I think it might have been Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Where you're on, like, a yacht. Good one. And honestly, the boat one in... was it World War II? Also good. World War I, maybe? I think it was World War II. Anyway, I haven't been hooked into a Call of Duty game in a minute. But I'd like to be. It takes me back. Tony Hawk cruise level. I feel like I must have played that. But I was more into the Tony Hawk story games. Like when they did the Tony Hawk upgraded games, I was like, these are fun, arcadey, but I want the story games. I want Underground. I want... to make a joke about Bam Margera, but that's no longer a fun thing to do. So it wasn't going to be a bad joke. It was more about how, you know, get a quest from Bam, but then... Anyway. Oops. Alright. Whee! I just love the other arms. It's like, this would be my nightmare to have 4 arms, because it's like... You know how it's
Mr.
like,
Bowser, tear down this flunk.
Well said, Hot Topic Dropout. Thank you. I think for the 26 months. But, as I was saying, it's like, when you have 2 arms and they don't have anything to do, it's already like, where do I put my hands? And imagine having 4. It's like, you're steering with 2, and then the other 2 just have to, like, hang there. No. Ah! Right. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, you need to not be in first. I need to be in first. Yoshi? Oh my freaking god, yes. Good. I got myself 2, but it was worth it. Oh my god! Oh, this is how Mario Kart goes, huh? I like 8th. That's fine. That's fine. Is my mic in better shape now? I moved it closer to my gob, and I assume it sounds better. Need to zoom in. Oh, that's fun. My favorite is when a forearmed character is disappointed they can cross their arms and place their hands on their hips. That is very good. I can't believe I got 8th place. Jeez. I do have to play with my hands high. What's a character I'd like to see in Mario Kart? Ooh, Spike. Done. Easy. I love Spike. Mark Ross, thank you for gifting to Geese Peep. I would love to see Spike. I would love to see... Who would I like to see? I'm trying to think of Mario characters. Oh, why is my thing not working? I love the ring on the moon. That's awesome. I would love to see, what's it called? Oh god, oh god, oh god. Any of the, like, hat captures from Odyssey, I love that. Like, the frog, just Cappy itself, just Cappy driving a car alone. Cappy takes over the car. I mean, come on. That'd be pretty great. Okay. I do also like this course. I love the highway courses. This one reminds me of a course in SSX. I think the original. Might have been the Tokyo one. I don't know why, I just had a real flashback to that one, but I did. Oh, anyway, how do you make the EA app work? I went away, and I came back and I turned on my computer, and I went to open it, and then they were like, this shortcut, it doesn't connect to anything. The file's not there. And I was like, okay, weird, but fine. And then I had the EA installer, and I was like, okay, click that, and I was like, this is already installed, but it's not. So, how do I play The Sims? Is this a known issue, or is this just user error on my part? I know people have had some issues with the EA app. I'm gonna check in. Happy on a car, I know. Okay. Whee. I also want more baby characters. I know people hate the baby characters, but I want, like, baby Boo. Put Boo in a diaper. I want baby Piranha Plant. I want... Ooh, baby Donkey Kong. That's a good one, in my opinion. Wow. What is this supposed to be? Cool. It's just like a Neo Future type of deal, or something else. It's installed, but the shortcut doesn't work anymore. That's what they say. And I can't find it in my browser in the quick time I looked. Maybe my antivirus deleted the exe. And see if the shortcut doesn't go anywhere. Okay. Into it. So it seems like it's maybe on me and not a known issue with EA. Sometimes the EA app doesn't like to open. I'm gonna, look in my browser. EA app. Updater. I have the installer. I have recovery. I don't see the actual app when I search EA app. Had to reinstall a few weeks ago. Looks like they updated it. Okay. Yes. I guess I don't know how to uninstall it if they say it's not there. Ooh! Bathtub! Okay, sorry. I'm excited. Oh, I love being a small thing in a big world. So fun. Okay. Candies. Yes, I love candy after I brush my teeth. Oh my god, this rocks. This is amazing. Is this a brand new course, or is this from the... What's it called? This is awesome. We're in the freaking pipes right now. Oh my god, someone's wedding ring. This is... Oh! Fuck you, Shagari. Okay, you know what? I'm not even here to win. I'm here for the journey. I'm here to get clean. You know? Take a bath. Sponges. Soap. Oh yeah. Chitter. I want to look down and see poop in the toilet. I don't think they would do that. Pretty funny though. Ah! These towels. Do y'all like your towels? I like my towels. I think mine are from the company store. I do think they might have been an Instagram ad towel, but I really like them, and I like the look of them primarily. And they are absorbent and comfortable. I'm gonna go on these sponges. Down the freaking drain. Well, why are there toothbrushes in the tub? What are you doing? Okay, I want to know, do y'all brush your teeth in the shower? I don't. But I find it to be interesting when people do. For me, I don't like rinsing my mouth out with hot water. Whee! Oh my god, the toilet's busted. Toilet's busted. Oh no, maybe it's a bidet. Oh shit, I should have gone up there. Beans. Oh well. Next lap. I'm gonna try to go up top. Oh my god, Toad shave cream. I'm just really into it. Oh yeah, there is a tennis ball. Why is there a tennis ball in the shower? There's a washer in here too. People got it made. Oh my god, these bath bombs. I realized what those were. Leave me alone. Oh. Okay. Okay. Gotta get on this. So, oh! Okay, we're okay. Whew. thermometer. Another thermometer. Band-aids, of course, of course. Whee! That was fun. Oh, Jesus Christ. I did for a bit in college when I lived in the dorms, but that ended the first time I dropped my toothbrush. That makes sense. Doesn't how big of a hurry you're in. And before, don't prefer to. Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean, Jordan. Don't feel like brushing your teeth. I usually feel like brushing my teeth. I like brushing my teeth. I never feel like washing my face. Like, at the end of the day, when I gotta freaking go to bed, I don't like getting wet, you know? If you're a shower brusher, it's good. Alright. I like the efficiency of shower brushing. Although I really I like to luxuriate my teeth brushing. I think also, I've had to go through a lot of dentistry, recently, and it's made me put a lot of care into brushing my teeth. I need to floss more. I did floss last night. I usually floss a couple times a week, but I could floss every day probably. I do use electric toothbrush that I love, and I would love a water pick or like a water flosser. Okay, we're going to the next courses. Much rather shower before bed than wash my face. Honestly, kind of same. I mean, I don't really want to do either, but I'm gonna do one. I also want to... This looks fun. Ooh, Los Angeles! That's where I live! Great. Anyway. I have a nice face wash that makes my face feel nice while washing at night. Yeah, I've been known to skip. I feel like my thing that I incentivize myself for face washing is like when I was in France, we went to all these French pharmacies and got fun face, like, oils and stuff, and that's the kind of stuff I just want to. I'm like, this oil maybe doesn't really do anything and say it's anti-aging, who knows, but I like it, and the luxury of it helps. I also take a lot of baths. Well, I can't for a while, but in the winter especially, like a bath every night, and I'm like, I took a bath, I should have washed my face in the bath. It doesn't feel like the best face washing using bath water. Good dodge last minute, King Boo. I'll give you that. Oh, we're on Venice. Okay, I can do the course a little bit. I'm also do this music. It really reminds me of another song I can't play. Oh, bike lanes? Okay. I feel like this is maybe Culver, but like bike lanes in LA. Good luck, bitch. Okay, we're going like kind of downtown-ish. Maybe? Mario Expo. Okay, yeah, it feels like downtown. Yeah, we're at like convention center type of stuff. Oh, this is Dodgers. Oh, this is cool. Okay, now let's read up by like burgers. Nice. Okay, we're like, feels like maybe West Hollywood. What's it called? Rodeo Drive. I went to Rodeo Drive for the first time very recently, and it was bizarre. Oh yeah, this is like Rodeo Drive shit. It was bizarre how many tourists there were, which I know is my naivete, but I don't think of LA as like a tourist destination spot, but it is. I'm like, yeah, I guess it's Rodeo Drive, Hollywood Boulevard. Oh yeah, I love fracking is what LA is known for. I'm gonna go through some oil fields here. This rocks. I love how genuinely ugly so much of this course is. It does feel like LA. Gotta keep it real with you. Okay. Okay, a bus stop that really doesn't cover the sun. Oh, that's cool. You could see, well, I don't think that was covered. I think that was, what's it called? The other museum. Not the observatory. Getty, the Getty. Looks like the Getty within the mountains. Okay, so Santa Monica Boardwalk. Oh, that's it? Oh, that was fun. I want to get into retinol. Yeah. I do use retinol. And I got out of practice because I was in LA and it made me scared with the sun, but I'm getting back into it. You gotta really ease into retinol, and your skin looks worse before it feels better. It's sort of like a long term. Retinol cream is expensive. So, my friend who knows what she's talking about told me how to do my makeup and you want to do anything, everything should be free of sulfates is the main thing. You want a face wash, you want a skin lotion. I really like Elta MD, and you want a sunblock. Also, I like Elta MD. They're expensive though, I will say. But you just want one that don't, well, you want ones that don't have sulfates. And what you do is in the evening, you wash your face with sulfate-free, cleanser, I guess. And then you put on the sulfate-free moisturizing face cream. And then, this is a weird course. Like dinosaurs or some shit? Oh, they're like miners. Anyway, you put on the sulfate-free cleanser, or the lotion, and then you wait a little bit and you do retinol. I wouldn't do retinol every day. I mean, once your skin can really handle it. I feel like when I was doing it regularly, I was doing it every other day. But you put on some retinol, but you have to wait for the lotion to sink in. A couple minutes is fine, 10 minutes is better, but I understand. And then, I'm going to do this so I can do this. Sorry, I'm racing and talking skincare, and I'm also no expert, but this has worked for me. Then in the morning, you rinse everything off. Maybe you're taking a shower, maybe you just rinse your face. And then you put face lotion on again. Moisture is key here. And then you have to put on sunblock. You have to wear sunblock every day. Sunscreen is like a huge one. I like Elta MD. They also have a tinted one, which is good if you have like a darker complexion. And also if you have a lighter complexion, I just think it helps even your shit out. And that's it. And then everything else to me is a bonus. It also depends on what your skin can handle. Wow, that was an effective piranha plant. Anyway, I don't know if that's helpful to anybody, but I've said it. And that was helpful to me, I will say. It's a nice minimal routine. Men and women and non-binary folks, everybody can use it. It's not like a gender thing either. Anybody can have good skin. I think the main thing, my stupid controllers, main thing is moisture and sunblock. Even if you don't do retinol, still do sunblock. Every day. Every day you need sunblock. You even reapply midday if you're like, I've been out all day in the sun. Protect your skin, and also the sun is what damages your shit, you know? Keeps you young. Even if you can't afford retinol moisture, and sunblock is so important. Yes, sunblock is the thing. The retinol after moisturizer, that's what I do. I do retinol after my moisturizer, because you want moisture to sink in. That's how I did it. So a good routine of retinol one night, exfoliate the second, and then rest third, fourth night, and repeat the process. Interesting. I believe it. I will say I have a Korean, like, scrubber. You can get them on Amazon. They're the best. These little things. And I exfoliate my entire body. I love exfoliation. This feels very LA, like the smog. Yes, exactly. I will say, the older I get, the more I just want to spend my money on taking care of myself. Like, oh no, oh, okay, these controllers, it's like really not connecting with my Switch. Anyway, the more I just want to take care of my skin, I want to get a massage every so often. These are things I can't do. These are things I'm dreaming about doing when I have a full-time job again. I want like a manicure once or twice a month. Like, I just want things that feel good and make me feel taken care of, you know? That's how I want to live. I want to get a bunch of water, and I want to go to bed and get a nice 8 hours of sleep. I'm past my era of I barely sleep. I catch up with sleep on the weekends. No. Sleep rocks. That's just me, though. That's how I feel about it. Oh, God. Okay. First aids. Yeah, I haven't used like a chemical exfoliant. They make me nervous. But I do use their First Aid. First Aid Beauty has I use their cleanser. It's sulfate free. It's great. I think that one is relatively affordable. I think it probably costs the same as other cleansers, if I remember correctly. Again, MD is a little pricey. So I'm not using it right now. I'm using the French stuff I got at the pharmacy, which is good. And also, I'm not sure if it's sulfate free. I just kind of assume so, but it is more affordable, which I like. It feels a little heavier. Anyway, I think Elta MD truly is king. I love exfoliate. I love my little washcloth scrubber. It's the thing they use in Korean spas to like scrub you all over. Like if you watch Conan O'Brien go to Wee Spa and they like scrub him head to toe and get all the like dead skin off. I use that every single day. I love it. Not everybody, people who touch my skin are constantly like, your skin is so soft. I'm like, yeah, bitch. I exfoliate every single day. Barely sleeping these days. Barely supposed to losing my brutal. Dude, I don't know how I did it. When I was in New York, my sleeping was bad. I don't regret any of this because I really liked the life I built for myself because of it. But I was not taking care of myself. And I think when you're, in your 20s, you can kind of get away with that. But I don't want to get away with it anymore. But, I was going to work and I had to commute into work. So I was like up at 7 or 8, I think. And I was often late, so to be real. And then I would do work, and then after work, I would like see friends, get dinner, whatever, do comedy shows a lot of the time, take classes. I always had something to do in the evenings. And like after I would do those things, see friends, whatever, make Abby's ears, shit like that on top of everything else. And then I would go home. Yeah, I guess I would go home and like work on Abby's ears, do that kind of stuff, my projects and whatnot. And then not go to bed until like 2 or 3 in the morning, maybe later. And then get like 4 hours of sleep, wake up the next day and do it again, and then the weekends I would just sleep. And I would also go out and do stuff, but I was like sleeping in and... Oh, try first figure. That's smart. That start brushing your teeth, standing on one foot, switching feet after about a minute to keep balance as I get older. It's a good idea. Work overnight, but try to stay up to spend time with my family. Sleep is a memory from the past life. Man, that's brutal. Yeah. Sleep is a luxury. Wash your face in the morning, put lotion sunblock combo on, wash my face in the evening, put some anti-aging. Yeah. I'm sure that's great for hydration. I do think moisture and sunblock are the key ones, and then if your skin can handle it, retinol. People who know about skincare swear by retinol. And I will say, when I was doing retinol regularly, it was doing good work. I got out of it, but I'm excited to get back in. I will say, especially since I got to LA, I like this weird, like, ski slope course. People comment on my skin, which is like, feels very LA, and I'm always like, oh, thanks, but... Where are we? Like, the Alps? Whee! Ooh, where are we? It's like the Olympics? Good. Good, get them with the banana. Ouch! Tired of hearing about that, the retinol. Oh god, stop it! I blame that on the controller lag. Whee! We have more affordable retinol. What I will say about my retinol is it's not cheap, but it usually lasts me like months and months. Because I don't, I use like a pea-sized amount, not a ton. And especially when you're first getting into it, you use it like once a week. It just lasts a long time. Doesn't make it cheaper in the upfront costs, but I think I use a Neutrogena retinol, if I remember correctly. Or I could be remembering incorrectly. There's one that people swear by that's French, because I was looking up all the French products to get. And I will say French pharmacy products typically feel more affordable to me, at least. Granted, I don't know if it's just in France and if you import them, they're more expensive, but it was like A313 or something. I don't know if that's actually more affordable. This is just what I remember. It may be worth checking. French one, because that one's affordable. Oh, your left Joy-Con thumbstick is dying. My original Joy-Cons, one of them did feel like it was dying. I think that's why I got new ones. And these are like solid, it's just my switch is like across the room. Got a script from your dermis and a huge tube that's lasted a while. People who have dermatologists too, seems like a real key. If I had good money, I feel like I would maybe invest in something like that too. Especially being in LA, like, you know, you're gonna get the good ones. I don't really care that much about anti-aging, but I do also think, I don't know, it's fun to take care of your skin. The things that make me feel good, you know? Hello? I have 4 Joy-Cons, all have drift. Oh my god. That sucks. Living in Florida with the sun plus skin cancer in my family through the germ every year. That's smart. Online dermatologist. Wow. Hello, Bijan. Hello, hello. Top of the morning to ya. That's fun. Free to send your Joy-Cons to get them fixed. Whoa, that's cool. Alright, shall we play online? What's going on here? Bijan playing some Mario Kart. We're about to play with everybody. So, join up if you want. We're gonna do everything Yoshi, but I'm gonna say, be any character you want. Why not? Alright, everything Yoshi. That's the thing. That's the code. Pretty sure this is the one we typically do. Thank you. Release episode. Wee! Okay. I don't think I want this guy back. I want to go with my classic. Wendy. No, Birdo. I want to be Birdo. What? The white Birdo? I want to be Sherbert Birdo. And the little carriage car. Horsies! French game is activating your French major brain. That's fun. Whenever people do... I want to go random. Whenever people do, like, a language as a major in college, I always am curious what they study long term. Like, is it like a linguist? Like linguistics, or do you just learn the language? Like, it must be a linguistics thing. Do you study, like, I don't know. Didn't stay in language. Okay, fair enough. Do enjoy learning French. I really gotta get on my Spanish learning too. Working on it. Maybe like international relations. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, cute little race to start. Would have liked to get into French art and history. Oh, that's cool. But I got a corporate job and now do something completely different. That's kind of always how it goes, I feel like. Okay, all anybody needs to know is that you have to let me win. The only rules. Good work, everybody. Good job. I think we both spun out. Could be mistaken, but I appreciate you following the rules. Bean, you guys can win if you want to. Know that it'll hurt my feelings. I'm gonna go back to talking about surgery for a bit. But I had to have like the tube in me. Like, I don't, in tube, what do they call it? I don't know. But anyway, it was like the stuff in recovery I didn't expect. I did kind of expect exhaustion. I didn't expect too much help for it. But I really didn't expect, like, my throat would be sore for, like, a week and a half afterwards. Like, that was the worst. Like, my throat felt terrible. Also, this is maybe a weird, gross story. But I was like, I think there's something, like, dangling, stuck, like phlegm or something. My mouth was really dry after surgery for a long time. And because the hematoma, they thought they might have to put me in, so I couldn't drink for a bit. It was fine. They didn't have to, thankfully. I didn't have to go back into surgery, but for a second, it looked like maybe. Anyway, still to say, my mouth was, like, dry. And I was sleeping on my back with my mouth up. So I was like, I think there's, like, nasty shit. stuck in the back of my throat, and I kept like trying to like kind of hork it out, and I couldn't. And then I realized like that was just my uvula was like swollen. Isn't that gross? The dangly thing on the back of your throat. You don't know what uvula is. I think you probably do, but it's good to remind people. Intubation fucks up your throat. I know. I didn't expect that. Also, I was really nervous about getting nauseous. And I asked the anesthesiologist, who I was vibing with, by the way. I really was vibing with a lot of the doctors and nurses beforehand, and I'd say after too. I was a little low energy, so not quite as much. But before going into surgery, I was like, we're having fun! Anyway, I did ask the anesthesiologist, I was like, I'm a little worried about being nauseous. I really don't like throwing up. Also, the idea of like throwing up after having abdominal surgery, I was like, that would be very uncomfortable, like heaving, awful. Didn't want to deal with it. And he was like, yeah, with women who are non-smokers, 60% chance of getting nauseous after surgery. 60% from the anesthesia. And I was like, fuck that. So he gave me like a thing behind my ear, and I did not feel nauseous at all. So ask for that thing behind your ear. It's like a little patch that if you touch it and then touch your eyes, it dilates your eyes and people think they're going blind. Didn't happen to me, thankfully. But when I was in the Army, we had CLS, Combat Lifesaver training, and I got to be the demo guy for it. 0 stars, would not recommend. Jeez. I want to do... Look at everybody here. Look at all these gamers. Use the thing behind my ear on the cruise. Really? Oh, left you cottonmouth. I thankfully did not have to deal with that too much. Well, I mean, I guess my mouth was dry as fuck. But thankfully, I just drank water. One thing, I did have a catheter, and it kind of rocked. Like, I was under when they put it in, and I was like, great, because I was so tired, and I wasn't walking for like the first 24 hours, really. They kept me overnight because the hematoma too. Like, I was only supposed to stay 1 night, but I wound up staying 2. Anyway. But I was like, I can drink as much as I want. I drank so much fucking apple juice at the hospital that on my floor, my like ward, they were like, you drank all of our apple juice. And they gave me a Coke, which I was like, this rules! I couldn't believe they gave me soda. I was so excited. Anyway, that's all to say, I was like, it's amazing to not have to worry about getting up to food. It really, I think I'm one of the only freaks who was like, catheters, not so bad. Although, at one point, because of the hematoma, because it's like kidney surgery, they want to make sure, and after the catheter, your bladder gets kind of like lazy basically and gets used to the catheter. And it's like, I don't have to do any work and might not like clear out all your pee anymore. That's obviously a huge issue if like tubes are like healing off your bladder. They would do like these ultrasounds to see after I peed to be like how much is left in your bladder. But because of the hematoma, it was like there's still a ton of liquid in there, and it's like this is just the hematoma. And thankfully, my nurse advocated for me, was like, do not do this. But the doctors wanted to straight cath me, which meant they would just put a catheter in and take it out, but I would be awake for it, and I was like, I don't really want this. And the doctor was in and talked to me about it. I'm like hooked up to all these like wires and tubes and everything. And she was talking to me about it, and she was like, yeah, you know, we might have to do this, like, what do you think? And she was kind of asking me, that was like a weird thing that I was not prepared for, was how much the doctors would be like, do you want to do this? And I'm like, you're the doctor, you tell me if I have to do this. Anyway, I was like, I mean, I don't want to, but like, if you have to, like, I guess so. And the doctor's like, oh, I'm sorry, I can see I'm making you nervous. Because I was like, hooked up to a heart rate monitor, and my heart started spiking. Because I was like, oh, they're gonna have to cath me! Anyway, they didn't have to, it was fine. But, that was a funny moment. If it included catheter in the UCL swag mix, I agree. Honestly, something I do wish they included in the swag was I had to buy a blood pressure monitor because my follow-up from the surgery was over Zoom, and they were like, we need your blood pressure and weight, and I'm like, I don't have a scale or a blood pressure monitor. So my heart rate has been sort of fucked. Where like when I'm resting, it's fine, but like up and walking around, it races, and it's gotten much, much better. But that was like part of why they kept me an extra night too. It was like I would get up. Also, I got up and I walked around and I had to sit down, and they were like, you look bad. And they were like, we're keeping you another day. And I was like, fair. Oh my god, catheter is a Twitch channel. That's it. Nausea thing is real when with putting under. It's hormonal. Learn that the hard way. Ugh, brutal. Yeah, that's why I was like, I heard about the nausea thing and I was nervous about it, so I was like, I don't want to fuck with the nausea. And I'm very grateful that I had the like patch behind the ear. I was not nauseous at all. Want to know something that's also crazy? Aside from the IV medications, I only had Tylenol as painkillers. They did prescribe me Oxy, which I didn't wind up taking at all because I really didn't eat much the first like day, and that was when I was in the worst pain. And if you take it on an empty stomach, it makes you nauseous. And I'm like, the idea of heaving on top of all this pain, I couldn't deal with it. I was like, this is pain I know versus pain I don't. I went with pain I knew. I just did Tylenol the whole time. Anyway. Interesting experience. Interesting being in a hospital. That was new for me. And I mean, you know, I'm grateful that that was the only time this type of happened. Oh my god. One time I took Oxy after surgery. When it hit, I stood directly up on the sofa and yelled. That's great. You know, one thing that was a little disappointing after surgery, and not to scare people, overall worth it, would do it again, it was fine. But I woke up in a lot of pain, which I was not expecting. Like, I even told people, I was like, because I had my girlfriend and Casey have my phone, because I was like, hey, please text my family and let them know, like, that things are okay, and here's the updates, whatever. And I was also like, don't let me tweet anything after surgery, but do record me if I do something funny. But I was like, I was not like fun and high on drugs. I was in pain and I was like, this sucks. That was unpleasant and a surprise, unfortunately. It's also crazy. I know I was nervous about the anesthesia, like feeling like, oh, I'm awake and I could experience it. But it was truly like, I woke, it was like, when he put me under, the anesthesiologist was like, okay, I'm gonna give you some oxygen now. And I remember thinking like, I wonder when he's gonna do the countdown. And then I just woke up in the recovery room. And I was like, what? Like, is it over? Like, I couldn't believe it was done. It was crazy. It really is so fast. I mean, it wasn't, you know, fast for me, not for anybody else. Be glad! Thank you for subscribing! I appreciate another 30 months. Anyway, was a little bit excited for the new experience of Oxy. I'm not a narcotics person. I don't know, I'm not really worried about getting addicted because it just doesn't interest me. But I was like, but it's a new experience, and then that experience never happened, and that's fine. But, what surgery was this? Security guru guy. I donated a kidney. I've been away. Recovering from surgery. But I'm recovered, I'm feeling good. I mean, you know, I'm still a little tired. Can't lift anything heavy. But overall. Alrighty. Let's do this one. Oh, look at all these crowns. 3 of us have crowns. It's also crazy. I don't know. I'm not someone who's like shy about my body, but like you really can't be in doctors' shit. There's so much where it's just like, yeah. Or like you're wearing like, you know, a hospital gown and your butt's just exposed. So it's like all my friends have seen my butt now. Every time I was like, y'all are gonna see my butt. Oh my god. Also, it's crazy. After you have abdominal surgery, like sitting up was the hardest thing I had to do. Oh my god. Also, I'm really just going off on shit now. I had to do one of those like breathy tubes. I called it my breathalyzer, my like breathing toy is what I called it a lot of time. Which is this plastic thing that looks fun and it fucking sucks. It was the bane of my existence. It was to basically get my lungs back to full capacity and make sure I don't get pneumonia. And every hour that I was awake, I had to like breathe into this thing 10 times. I like let all the air out of my lungs and then just like put my mouth in this machine and breathe in until this like plastic thing went up to a certain amount, and there was like a little like button that had to stay like at a smiley face, which felt especially cruel because this thing fucking sucked. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do. Like it was crazy how hard it was to just take a full breath. But I got there. Not hard anymore. I did the same thing after the gallbladder. It sucked, right? I could not believe. Oh, it was crazy. Yeah. It was fine, but it was just like, whew, that was hard. It's just stuff like that that's like you don't really, at least I didn't really expect from surgery. Nice try, Kelly. Alright. But anyway, once again, it was all worth it. You know? Every day I felt markedly better, like every single day. Also, at one point they had to do an IV, and they did it on like the fastest setting, and it felt weird and it sucked. But it was like, I felt so much better immediately afterwards. I could not believe how much better I felt after that IV. Stop throwing red shells at me. Try. Whee! Oops. Concentrate on the road. Sorry, buddy. Anyway, hospital experience. And that's part of why, I mean, I donated obviously because it helps people. I also think it's an interesting experience. I was like, I'm gonna really learn a lot new. It's not gonna cost me all that much. I like new experiences. I've had surgery now, which I can say. And, you know, went through the whole system. Really learned a lot about a lot of things. It's fascinating. Did I know I was donating to? I did not know. But now they've reached out to me since then, and we've been emailing, which is nice. Learned about this person. I'm not going to say who they are because I don't know. It's weird. Keep their privacy. But anyway, I also had to take the thing home. I like left it on my counter. My nurse, my favorite nurse, I loved her. She was the best. She was like, "Girl, you have to take this. You have to do this all the time. This is your thing now." And I was like, "Fine." That stupid breathalyzer. Breath tube is evil. Yeah. Gonna finish a race eventually, you'll see. Hot Topic dropout, I believe it. I believe it. I love when the Miis look sad. Oh, we're like standing in Canada. Ever since getting your kidney, I can't stop talking about butts. Exactly. It is weird to think that like a part of my body is in somebody else. And I don't really think of it as mine anymore. I'm like, it's a gift, it's your kidney now. But it is interesting. What's also crazy, like I really learned a lot about kidneys this whole thing. If you didn't know, kidneys are like up here. They donated the left kidney, so that one's gone now. I don't have one there, but this is where they are. They're like up in your ribs, the back of your ribs. You know the kidneys don't like regulate. They like don't come from the stomach. They regulate your blood, which I didn't really know. I think I just didn't think about it. I think I assumed it was like they take the liquid out of your stomach. No, it takes the liquid out of your blood and makes it pee. It regulates the waste in your blood. It's fascinating. But anyway, it's fascinating learning about the whole experience. Oh, but what I was gonna say is they don't really know why we have two. Like, because you donate one and you're kind of fine, and it really, I think very, very marginally, very, very slightly, but really not really. I don't have much of an increase for like kidney failure or kidney disease later in life. So they're like, we don't really know why you have two. This one's just sort of a backup, but it's for symmetry. I forget that it's artistic. Getting my liver removed for symmetry, that's smart. Oh, through this process, I had a CT scan. This was really made me laugh. I had a CT scan, and I don't think the doctor meant to make me laugh. And I was on like a video call with the doctor, and we were like looking through all my organs. By the way, I have really great organs. They were so excited. A++ organs, one doctor said. Another one said I have the Ferrari of kidneys. They were excited for me to give them to someone else. I have O blood, which is universal donor blood. They were excited to tear this thing out of me. Anyway, that's all to say, when I was looking at the CT scan, the doctor was like showing me all my organs. He was like, oh, and you have a huge liver. And I was like, is that good? And he was like, it's big. And I thought that was funny. Actually, I think I said, is that bad? And he was just like, it's big. I got a really big liver. And what's also, if you, for like liver donations, I guess they take part of your liver and it can grow back. Isn't that wild? Oops. I can drink a lot, yeah. And the perfect human organ is blood fund, truly. Although I think I'm bad for blood because I think my blood sugar's not good enough. That was something I learned through this process, is they would make you fast and then they would have to take a bunch of bloods for like blood tests. Like at one point I think they had to combine my blood and the recipient's blood to make sure like it wasn't gonna like attack each other, so the organ wouldn't get attacked. Fascinating, the whole thing. Anyway, but what I learned, I'm not like squeamish about blood really or needles or anything. But okay, I didn't get to finish. I was last. Fuck. Anyway, oh, I learned that when they take a lot of blood from me, I will pass out if I haven't eaten. And I drank a lot of water. The last time they did, I learned to drink a lot of water. And even the nurse who I talked to beforehand was like, "Oh, you can drink sugar water for this blood draw." But I got too nervous. I didn't want to fuck it up. It was like right before surgery. So I was like, I can't fuck this up and delay the surgery. So I didn't wind up doing it. And I did not pass out, but I was losing my vision. I was getting close. Anyway, I just found this whole experience very fascinating. Really interesting. That's why they'll give you a cookie when you donate blood. Yeah, that makes... They didn't give that to me, though, for any of those blood draws. What's also crazy about... I assume this is for any donor, but especially for non-directed donors, or at least also for non-directed donors. There's like a whole team of people, because they really make sure that you are not going to donate if it is going to be a harm to you, which is good. It's how it should be. But there's like a team of people, like I talked to social workers who made sure I was like mentally okay to donate and like wasn't self-destructive in some way, which is pretty unusual for someone to just donate a kidney to whoever needs it. And they also had a team of people, like there was a nurse coordinator for me, and then there was someone for my recipient. And there are people who only met me, and there are people who only met the recipient. And then there are people who are like sort of the in-between who met both. Because they want to make sure no one is like, we really want this recipient to get it, so we're going to advocate for them even at the cost of the donor. It's just fascinating, although like sort of checks and balances in place. And I guess before surgery that the whole team came together to discuss like, is this a good candidate? Should we take her as a donor? And I think they almost didn't because I was unemployed. So enjoy the lightning bolt, everyone. What the hell? Back to big? What the fuck? Anyway. But because I was unemployed, it was almost like, can she like afford to do this? But honestly, I think being unemployed was actually kind of beneficial in some ways, because I had a really flexible schedule. I could just be like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of fuck off for a week and go to all these doctor's appointments. And like, I could recover for 3 weeks and not have to worry about it. Yeah, I was a gamer, so they were like, maybe we don't want a gamer organ full of Mountain Dew. You learned you can't donate plasma because I came close to it. Yeah. I wish I could donate blood, but I don't think that's for me, unfortunately. That's what I've learned through this process is be nice, but... Hello, Straw Hat NPC. I'm also glad that there's that in the process. No, I really felt very well taken care of with the whole team. What was also crazy, and I think maybe I talked about this in stream, but I learned after my terrible food poisoning in Lisbon, after they did my blood work, I got a call from like the nurse and the doctors being like, your potassium is really low. And that was like a concerning thing for them. I think I talked to y'all about it. Because it was like, why is your potassium low? And they kept being like, do you have diarrhea right now? And I'm like, no. Oh, Nextlander's here. Sorry, I'm talking about diarrhea. Hello, Nextlander. How are you? I'm back to streaming. Good to see everyone. I'm back, baby. Anyway. Hello, Nextlander. What were the Nexties playing? Something fun? We're playing Mario Kart. There's a room code up above in the chat. You can check it out. Karateka. What's Karateka? My sister has low potassium and has to take these giant pills to keep it up. Oh, that sucks. I just had to eat bananas and drink orange juice every day for the week leading up to my surgery. Art.
Tiny VA1 hi art. Tiny VA1 hi.
Thank you, Smiley Burrito. Oops. Hang on my wall. Ooh, Glongus. Thank you for subscribing. I love that username. Glongus. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing, everyone. Happy to be back. Feeling good. After my gallbladder surgery, they kept asking if I'd passed gas yet. It was weird. So that's the thing. They kept asking if I have moved my bowels, I think is how they phrase it. And I just kept being like, yeah, I'm pooping. Don't worry. Because I didn't take, because the oxy will like back you up. So they like really worried about you getting constipated. They gave me all these laxatives and stool softeners I was taking. Although I only took the laxatives, I took like half a laxative one day and then I was like, I don't need to be taking this. And then I didn't take it again, thankfully. I did have a surgery, Bobby DeFish. I donated a kidney, which I'm now just telling. I feel weird talking about it. I feel weird getting praised for it. I don't know why I did it. And I also don't want it to be like a thing that defines me, which is a little weird, you know? But, yeah, I did it. I'm glad I did it. Feel good. No regrets whatsoever. Very happy to do it. Anyway, that's all to say. Very interesting experience. And they really wanted to make sure I pooped after. And I did not have to worry. They were like not asking me if I was passing gas because they knew I was passing gas. Because they had to inflate my abdomen with air. And that was one of the most uncomfortable parts is like when you have, like you get a bunch of weird pressure on your diaphragm and your brain gets confused and thinks it's your shoulders. You have this shoulder pain after surgery, which is really uncomfortable. But anyway, I was burping and farting like you wouldn't believe. I had to get it out because I had all that extra gas in me. So it was like a week of just burps and farts. Would you like this to chat? So you're like, yes, of course. Anyway, if you want to donate as well, this is not me encouraging, don't get mad if you do it and hate it. You can sign up for the NKR. There's a registry, it's really easy. You don't have to pay for anything. Literally nothing. I paid for not a dime. They never took my insurance, nothing. Even I had some complications, didn't have to pay for them. You know, I can't say that for everybody, but for me that was definitely the case. I would hope it would be for everybody. So, yeah. Financially neutral for me. And there are even organizations that will help you with like lost wages, or if you need to like stay in a hotel, or like commute, they can help you with that. That's what I say. But, really glad I did it. 100% worth it. Very cool experience. Used to work transporting dialysis patients who wait on that list. Yeah. Dialysis seems like it fucking sucks. Very happy to be able to get someone off of dialysis. But yeah, it's a long wait. The person... I don't give too much info about them, so I won't. But I will say, they were at 5% kidney function before they got my kidney. And then, last I checked with them a few days ago, they were at like 82%, which is pretty exciting. 3 times a week for at least 4 hours and completely drained after, yeah. And you have like a port on your like chest, so you can't go swimming, you can't take a bath, you have to be really careful, you can't sweat. Whole industry built around dialysis, it's a nightmare. It was not for someone I knew. I went as a non-directed or altruistic donor, and they reached out to me post-surgery, but I went in not knowing who they were, and I did not have any expectation for them to reach out. My friend Vlad, who also donated before me, he never heard from his recipient. So I did. I heard from them and their family. And they are very excited and nice. But not everybody does. Here's back. You can always regrow your kidney back if you eat enough kidney beans. Good to know. I will say I made a huge thing of chili beforehand for my like recovery food. It was a little too spicy for how fucked up my throat was, but because I lost blood, it was like a beef chili with beans. It was amazing. It really was very good to have that chili. I needed to get that iron back up. And I still, the only thing I like, sometimes get pooped. Like, I spent the weekend basically like normal, and yesterday I spent the afternoon in the sun, and then the rest of the day I was like, I'm pretty tired. I could have powered through, but I didn't want to, and I was glad I didn't power through. But otherwise, occasionally, I think this is more from the blood loss than the kidney. sometimes when I stand, I like lose my vision a little bit. I have never blacked out. Didn't black out at all. But I have to be a little careful. And it's gotten better every day, so. Chili was too supercharged for the kidney. No. I do love chili. I love that chili. It was good. We made so much of it. Does having one kidney affect your life? Not really. So it's the biggest worry I have having one kidney is like getting in a car accident and like damaging my current kidney. But quite frankly, getting in a car accident is something I worry about anyway. And if I get into a car accident where my organs are damaged, I don't think it matters too much if I have one or two kidneys. Like, I'm gonna be having a hard time using it. I can't, and I can, but it's advised to not take ibuprofen. It's hard on the kidneys. But if I take it every once in a while, it's not a huge deal. Otherwise, that's it. Literally no other change. I don't feel like I have one kidney. I don't feel any different. Growing up, one of our neighbors only had one kidney and lived into his 90s. Yeah. Like I was saying before, people don't really know why you have two kidneys. And probably for backup reasons, but you know. Gonna name your Sea of Thieves ship something about kidneys? I should. Probably not. Whee! I would like to be winning. Why am I in 7th? My freaking kidney! Ouch. Also, when you donate a kidney, it's kind of crazy. They call it kidney vouchers. Or like kidney How am I in last? Oh my god. I'm diabetic, so I treasure my kidneys. Yes, that is more than fair. Yeah. But anyway, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I lost. Ooh. Cruise ship. Oh, the kidney vouchers. Thank you. The kidney vouchers are because I donated a kidney. It's like you can add up to 5 people who aren't in imminent need or one person who is in imminent need to get a kidney voucher. And only one person gets to cash it in. Basically, it's like down the road, if like someone in your family needed a kidney, you can put them on this list as like a maybe, and then they get to vouch it in. Or you can put down someone who needs it right away. I wound up asking around and seeing if anyone needed it right away, and I got someone to do it that way. Because I'm like, I could risk it, but I feel like it's most likely going to go to waste. So, anyway. It's weird to call them kidney vouchers, right? Kidney coupons. I think that they changed the name of it a few times. I also think because I donated a kidney, if I were to need a kidney in the future, I would like get bumped up on the list. So kind of a weird thing, but oh, I gotta say, this is one of the craziest things I learned through this whole process. If you get a kidney from someone, if you are the recipient of a kidney, they don't take your other kidneys out. Because it's like a kidney at 5% is still 5%, so like let's keep it in there. So you just get extra kidneys. There are people, I think the most kidneys someone's had is like 7 kidneys, because sometimes you'll need another transplant later. Isn't that wild? They just keep adding kidneys. You just have a billion kidneys. I don't know, I thought that was fun. Get a kidney voucher if your flight is delayed 3 hours exactly. I know, isn't that crazy? Get more kidneys. Must have so much. I don't know. That was like one of the wildest things I learned this whole thing. My controller! Not letting me jump. Wait, how do they put them all in? I think they do it around like the stomach, so it's... The crazy thing is just like your guts are all just sort of wet in there, so I think they just kind of squish around, you know? Fuse on another kidney, exactly. Add it to the chain. Along with my recovery. So I had a complication of the hematoma, which essentially meant I was like bleeding under my skin. I was fine, but they wanted to monitor it, and I had lost blood, so it's really weak. So like they want you to walk around pretty early on, and I wasn't walking around well. I was like almost fainting, so they're like, we can't. You gotta stay overnight. So I wound up staying an extra night, but usually you just stay overnight in the hospital. But I stayed 2 nights, left the next day. And then I spent about a week horizontal, and I, again, because I lost blood, a little harder. But they want you to be up and walking as soon as possible. And that was very helpful in the recovery. I went to the La Brea tar pits, I think about a week after. Maybe not quite, I don't remember exactly when I went. And I was pretty pooped, and I was slow moving, but I was fine. And I felt strong. Like, every day I got up and moved around, I felt stronger. So I would say it was like a week of me being pretty tired, lying on the couch every day and go to bed. And I was off the medication after a few days, which was like the big thing. And then the next week, sort of a similar deal. I was still taking it pretty easy. My energy ebbed and flowed, where I could like get up and clean the house, and then I would have to like lie down for a little bit after. My body was doing a lot of work to like, you know, get my kidney going. The remaining kidney grows when you're recovering. And now I'm in my third week. It's going to be the end of my third week on Wednesday. And I overall feel pretty normal, especially now that this hematoma's gone. They drained it, thankfully. And I feel pretty normal, but not 100%. And then it's like any other abdominal surgery where you're not supposed to lift anything heavy for 6 weeks because you can get a hernia. So I have not been lifting heavy things. But that's, I feel like 6 weeks is like the true end of recovery. But I'm able to work now. I would say 2 to 3 weeks is usually when you're back to work. I had to walk around a lot to get the air out of my abdomen. Yeah, that too. The organs just kind of arrange themselves naturally. Yes. No, it doesn't put anything in place. Yeah, it just kind of squish back together. Bad Wolf. I did not donate to someone I knew. I donated to whoever needed it. My friend Vlad donated. Shout out to Vlad. We love Vlad. And I had always been curious about organ donation, but not enough to like actually look it up. And I was like, sure, this seems interesting. It costs me nothing. And it was just felt like one of those things that I was like, yeah, why not? I have really good health. They're not going to let me do it if I'm not healthy enough for it. It's going to be an interesting year of me learning about my health, a few weeks of discomfort, and then I'm going to go on with my life as normal. And that has proved to be totally true. Totally worth it. It's not laparoscopic. So mine was laparoscopic, the recipient's was not. So basically I have 3 laparoscopic incisions like here, and then around my bikini line, I have like one wider one. It's almost like a C-section scar, but like smaller. I had a really tiny baby, and they pulled the kidney out through there. But mine is laparoscopic, and I guess, so I watched a YouTube video of someone doing it, and I asked my surgeon about this, and this is real squeamish. Plug your ears for a second. So I guess there's like hand-assisted laparoscopic surgery. And for hand-assisted, they just shove someone's hand up in there to pull it out, which is fucking nuts. And I was like, doctor, whose hand was up my fucking guts? He's like, no one. Ours is, he used the word more elegant. But it was completely laparoscopic. Yeah. Which is easier for recovery. Like, my understanding is the recipient, also because, you know, they have more health issues, because they need the kidney, obviously, and they need to monitor to make sure it doesn't get rejected. They were in the hospital for a number of days longer than I was. I was only there for 2 nights. Should have been 1. Typically is 1, but I was there for 2. But because they have to put it in, this person had a larger incision. That's my understanding. I mean, you learn a lot about the whole process. At least at UCLA, they took you through an orientation and was like, here's what it's like for recipient and donor. It was, yeah, I don't know. But it's a harder recovery for the recipient than for the donor. Medical technology is amazing, dude. Some of it's just crazy. I don't know. I've been talking to a lot of friends about their surgeries more too. I have a friend who like had knee surgery. And she said she woke up from the anesthesia, and then she left the hospital. Like, they didn't make her stay at all. They were like, get out. You gotta go. And that's like the weird thing about, you know, being in a hospital, because it was like, hey, you're gonna have to stay an extra night. It's sort of like, what's the pros and cons of leaving out, just staying an extra night. And I'm glad I stayed the extra night, of course. But it's like, they don't want you in there because you can spread disease. And also you can get other diseases just from being in the hospital. There's all this, like, germs and other people there. But it's fascinating. fascinating how quickly people can leave the hospital. Like, I have a friend who had brain surgery. He had a tumor removed from his brain, and we were on a comedy team together. And 2 weeks after brain surgery, he was performing with us. Isn't that wild? Isn't that bananas? Oh, look at their barrel of a hernia repair surgery. You can just walk out the same day. Well, that's nice. I mean, it sucks to have to get hernia repair, but it's nice to just walk out. I would be too terrified to donate an organ. I weirdly was not scared. I was more scared for the recovery than the actual surgery. I only got scared about the surgery like the night before. I was like a little bit nervous, and then once I just talked about it, I felt fine. It was just sort of that like, oh, this is crazy, the idea of what's gonna happen. Anyway, the Berlin course is coming up, potentially if it's picked. So we can see the Berlin Wall falling. And I have a bunionectomy. I was awake for it so I could leave the same day. Ooh, it's bunionectomy. They remove your bunions, I assume. Well, what's wild about a lot of brain surgeries is they also keep you awake to make sure they aren't like nicking anything. Gonna be having some major surgery late next year. People want to, hold on, I missed it. Sign up, like sign stuff while they're in there. That's wild. No, they were like, I had to have I had to like assign a caretaker like on paper to like make sure somebody was going to be taking care of me after surgery. And also, I had to be there. Casey and my girlfriend had to be there when I got out of surgery so they could hear all, cause there was just like, what's also crazy is about sleeping in a hospital is they don't let you sleep. Like every few hours, somebody would come in to take my temperature, sometimes take my blood. Like it was just like people were coming and going, and early in the morning I had like my whole team of people, like doctors, nurses, social workers, like multiple people came in every 30 to 15 minutes, like 15 minutes to 30 minutes, and they would come and tell me another thing I needed or whatever it was. And it was just like, I was so tired. Like at that point I wasn't in pain, I was just like, I'm so tired. Like everyone kept being like, how are you doing? And I was like, I'm fine, I'm just tired. And I was. Brains also don't have pain receptors, so it doesn't hurt. That makes sense. Whee! There was some story about a violinist, so they asked to keep playing her violin during the brain surgery. That was fucking wild. They just want the entertainment? I'm sure it wasn't, but wouldn't that be funny? You wake up and they ask how you slept. Yeah. I would say the worst part was because there's like a weird recovery room you're in before, like immediately after surgery, before you're in your like main room. So there's like all these other people who just had surgery and they're all sort of behind curtains. It felt like I was in like a hallway with just some curtains around it. I was pretty out of it. And like I had a nurse who kept feeding me ice chips, and I, again, was quite out of it. Yeah. Also, I did ask my doctor to take a picture of my kidney out of my body and send it to me. So I do have a photo of my kidney. Maybe at the end of the stream I'll show you guys a picture and you can look away if you don't want to see it. But isn't that wild? Well, I guess my former kidney. I gave her away. She was adopted. Well, that's not anything. Surgeons think you're requesting surgery exactly. I do hear for some brain surgeries they also are like, hey, what music do you want to listen to? And they'll like play music the patients like, which is interesting. Did I name the kidney? No. It's for someone else to do. Whee! Also is weird. I'm gonna keep talking about staying in the hospital. It really was just fascinating. But you really do get to know the nurses. Like again, I'm so grateful for my nurses. I love my nurses. But you keep seeing the same people. And like there's like the night shift and the day shift. It was nice being like, new shifts coming in. And it was also weird where like, cause, you know, I was supposed to go after the first night. So when the night shift came back the next night, she was like, you're still here? I was like, I'm still here. In Fandango, that's funny. I'd be tempted to start saying something like, well, I don't know math now. Great. I met the person I donated to via email after donation. But I left that up to them. I was like, I'm not going to reach out. But if they want to reach out to me, that's fine. And they did. I'm fine with that. I think I'm going to do one more race. Mostly because my apartment is very warm. Good map, I agree. Well said, driver error. Anyway. But I will show y'all a picture of. Went first to last. Nice key speed. Feels good for me. It's fucking hot in my apartment. Ugh. I forgot about. I don't. AC on the top floor. They coming out with a new Switch soon? I doubt it. I feel like the OLED Switch is the best we're gonna get. But I guess they did come out with 500 versions of the Nintendo DS. But were they really worth having? They felt just like cheaper versions for like kids. You know what I mean? Thanks, Hot Topic Dropout. I'm glad to be back too. I appreciate it. Try not to do a little AC in the room. I feel like we talked about this last season, I'm sure. I have French windows, so not really, no. Although I did watch a guy on TikTok who also had French windows and was like, I wish I could have AC. And this person took out a pane of glass from their windows and like got like a piece of fiberglass, maybe like clear plastic to put in instead and cut a hole in it to put the tube for the air conditioner. And I'm like, I'm more tempted to try that. Although my windows are drafty as hell, I don't think it would keep much in. I do have a fan pretty good in the other room. I usually move it over to here when I'm streaming, and I'll get back to doing that, I think, starting tomorrow. Hey, I find it so ugly. And like, not to be like a snob about it when it's like hot, but like those things that like, where you can put an AC in a French window and then you have like a piece of plastic going around the whole thing. I'm like, that is atrocious. I'm like, it's probably worth it, but it looks so cheap. I don't know. Maybe down the road eventually. The thing is with an AC is fucking expensive. Need a bed fan. Bed fan. Can you trade organ vouchers? Like, you donate a kidney but need a liver. Is that something you can do? I don't think so. But it's an interesting idea. I don't think so, primarily because, one, I don't think they like those kinds of incentives. Like, it was very clear to me, not that I was doing it, but a lot of people kept asking about this. Oh, shit. Where, you can't, like, donate an organ for money. People thought you could do that. Like, everyone, like, I would tell people I'm donating a kidney, and they're like, for money? And I'm like, it's illegal, no. And I would imagine doing it for a different incentive, similarly, probably not so legal. And also, yeah, I would imagine if you need another organ, you probably aren't healthy enough to donate a kidney, is what I would think. They would probably be like, you probably should have minimal surgeries because you're already probably unwell to a certain degree. Blows heat and cool air under the sheets. Fancy thing I own. That's... There are freestanding units, but you still need a window to put it in. Maybe down the road I'll get an AC. But anyway, thank you all for playing and chatting about my surgery. It's fun to talk about. I will see you all tomorrow. I want to try to play The Sims. Perhaps I'll try to make it work, but perhaps not. Keep playing in the tournament all you want. Would you like to see a picture of my kidney? Well, it's not mine anymore. My former kidney. We broke up. Also, when I woke up from surgery, I didn't have my phone for like a couple of days because other people were like texting my friends, and I like woke up in the middle of the night feeling better, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna look through all the texts. People sent me texts. It was very nice. I wanted to look at my phone. And there was a text from a number I didn't recognize, and I opened it, and it was like a jump scare because it was a picture of my kidney, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm going to show y'all a picture of my kidney. It's a little bit bloody, and it looks like an organ. So if you don't want to look away now. I'm going to do it in 3, 2, 1. There she is. That's my kidney, my former kidney. In like a nice, disgusting, bloody ice bath. There she is. Oh, well, the phone's going down. Mwah. Kind of looks exactly like you'd expect a kitty to look, right? Also, here's me. My friend took this picture. My friend Indiana Frost, who I've streamed with. After the La Brea tar pits, this is me being like, I'm out in the sun, but I need to lie down. Which I really enjoyed. I thought that picture was funny. Anyway, thank you all for streaming. It is so hot. Same shorts. Look, it was the only thing I could wear with my freaking hematoma. I wonder if I have a picture of my hematoma. That doesn't reveal so much of my body that I don't want to show it. Okay, here's like a top-down picture, like a POV shot. Another, it's kind of a gross one. Gonna be a big lump on my belly. This really does not show off how big it was. Again, I could not wear any of my pants. I'm about to show you my hematoma, everybody. Are you ready? There it is. That lump there. Heme. Stop focusing on my face. Yeah. I was so happy to drain it. It was absolutely disgusting. Just letting you know. But thrilled that it was drained. Anyway, thanks for all the disgusting medical talk. I'll see you all later. Still worth it, despite the hematoma. Oh, I should. Yeah, you should get the kidney. So I'll put it on YouTube too. Let's see who we should raid before I go. Why don't we raid? Let's keep it simple with Lil Simsy. See y'all over there. Raid Lil Simsy. Thanks again for the support. Thanks for being here. Thanks to the mods. I love you all. Yeah. And I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for the hype train earlier. Goodbye.